Alright, it's Tuesday. Open some vaults. I'm gonna be starting off with my druid. 682 only did one myth track door, so really rolling dice here. We're hoping for a weapon. And it's myth track 2. Which really is my only option, because I'm not going to be taking those, and this will allow me to upgrade the Rashi boots whenever I can. So that's not ideal. Let's see what these even catalyze into. Just out of curiosity, because alright, so crit mastery. I think crit mastery would be good for Feral, but out of the haste mastery, the haste would probably be the most useful part for me. Haste mastery would help my HP as the bear. Alright, we're going to the DK, which only has 2 doors. I was actually pretty surprised when I got 4 dungeons on my my DK. Alright, for the DK though, we are opening in Unholy. Reason being is that we want a shot at this trinket. A Crystone Idol. Highly sought after one for the DK. Those are not it. Alright, so they're gonna be exactly the same. We're gonna have to use a tiered catalyst charge for both of them. What I will do is a quick look at. Here we go, Wowhead. We're looking at the Bisgear. We're just gonna quickly see which tier piece they're all using. Final thing. For Unholy, it's got helm, shoulders, chest, and gloves. And legs, so that's not helpful. For blood, we got helm, shoulders, chest, gloves. But for blood, we want to wear. We want to have everything but the pants. Both specs. What about Unholy? What about Frost? I haven't looked at the Frost one yet. So for Frost, we got helm, shoulders, chest, not gloves. Alright, so if I am actually gonna play... I am actually going to be playing the class, I would want chest. This would be best for blood, which I do want, but we'll roll the dice and I want myth here. So we'll keep rolling for the other one. Right, Catalyst, get away. Oh, I don't have 2k, that's why. Okay, so 2k. catalyze it later. Alright, from here, we're going to be going to my Demon Hunter next, because that one has the next least amount of options. I only have 2 doors on this one. We will be opening this one in Vengeance Loot Spec because we do want the Tome of Light's Devotion. I'm already in Vengeance. We are 689. That there is not a good trinket. And shoulders. I do not have as tier. Or do I have any other shoulders? So this will work. We'll take the shoulders. That's a decent main stat right there. Alright, from here we will go to my monk. Monk we will be opening in Brewmaster, because I do also want the Tome of Light's Devotion on Monk. We're hoping for the Harvester's Edict weapon, or the Harvester's Interdiction. The Agility Staff from Arakara. I was able to farm that weapon on Heroic. In fact, I don't even think I've enchanted. No, I do. Alright, so we are in Brewmaster for 699. That is not a weapon. But we had a Haste Mastery chest track main piece, so that's the contender. We got crit haste, wrists, but we also crafted in that slot already. And then Haste Mastery boots. So of the 3, it definitely is going to be the chest, because I do not have any tier there. Or we could have gotten our veteran here. But no, we always go with the Mythtrack item usually. So we will take that. Another week, no weapon. Hunt continues. Alright, so from here we will go to Warrior. Alright, so for the warrior, we're hoping to get a one-hand... We're hoping to get a one-hand weapon. A shield would be great too, but from dungeons I would only be able to get crit mastery. We are already in protection. Currently sitting at 695 with only 2 piece. Ooh. I could get Mythtrack shoulders, which I have hero track in this here. Or a belt, which actually wouldn't be too bad for tanking. Or we take the Mythtrack Tome of Light's Devotion. We only did normal. The chest did proc with the speed. We go with the tome. Tome's really the only choice there. That means that does that mean that I would actually ever get to the point where I open in Fury? I'd be giving up the option for a shield if I opened up in Fury. Well, let's just make sure that it's the same trinket, not something else. I'll have to consider next week if I open up in Fury, because Fury will give me the options of one-hand weapons, but it would give me the options of two-hand weapons as well. The other trinkets I would want would be from the DPS side. For our next character, we'll open up on my third pally. But that does give me the inability to grab a shield if I open up in Fury. I've already crafted my sword and shield, or well, my main hand and shield for tanking. What eye level? Let's see. What eye level does Mythtrack go up to currently? 6 out of 6 is 623. So I'd be gaining 3 item levels right now. And then once Turbo Boost happens, I would gain a bit more. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna be opening all my pallies this week in Retribution because at least 2B, my third one, was able to get a Mythtrack 2-hand. Alright, so we got Mythtrack legs here, Mythtrack chest here, and a Haste Mastery ring. The Haste Mastery ring is good. Here is even better. That would give me 2 piece. I do have a hero piece that I can turn into tier there, and I do have a hero piece there. So it's exactly the same trade-off either way. Crit Mastery versus Crit Haste. We're gonna go with the Crit Haste chest. Yeah, we'll go with the Crit Haste chest. Um, 1600 mastery. $1,700 mastery. I'll make it work. I'll figure out how I'm gonna get my mastery. Yeah, we go with the chess piece. Alright, on to my next character. Second pally, once my game actually loads. Alright, second pally, opening and protection. 697, still got a lot of stuff to upgrade. Those are not shields, but that is a Mythtrek helm, Mythtrek shoulders, a Mythtrek belt. Actually, technically could be like ideal best for belt if I was to go with the belt, but I'm not going to go with the belt. Just because haste mastery, current haste, those are what stats we want. I have got far too much mastery on this pally though. I'm at 18,000, so I've got mastery to give. I already have Mythtrek shoulders, so I don't need those. It looks like the helm is going to be the one that we're gonna do. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be the helm, because I'm not gonna take the belt right now. That would just be a huge mistake on my part if I was to do that. This trinket for pallies, I don't think it would be ideal, plus it's only raid fighters, so like I'm just gonna probably continue walking into that monstrosity of a fight. Possibly. Probably won't, actually. Maybe I will. And the hands, they're only veteran. I'm not going to be taking those over my Mythtrek pieces. So we go with the hum. But if I don't catalyze that yet, I'll only have 2 Ps. Don't lose nothing, don't gain nothing. But I gotta sort out how I'm gonna actually use my charges this week, since so technically we have 3 after 2k. Next week we'll have 4. Alright, for the main pally. Main pally actually got some pretty good gear last week. I was able to walk away with a heroic ritual forage, which does feel pretty good in big pools. Lines up with all my cooldowns usually. I think the ritual forge is only a minute and a half cooldown. Oh, 2 minutes. My cooldown on that Avenger's Wrath, 2 minutes. Yeah, so it does line up with my cooldowns. We'll be opening in protection loot spec. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, so the Void Pack Stone Worthless. Get that out of here. I'm not gonna use that. The Haste Mastery Ring. That'd give me 707 pair of rings, but a Mythtrack Salea's is real hard to pass up. I'm actually not sure how well rated the Salea's is for a prop pally. I know it's just a good trinket overall. According to Wowhead, it is rated as an S tier. Okay, so I don't have any other Mythtrack trinket. The thing with the Mythtrack trinket is that I can purchase the Salea's later, but I can't purchase the ring. The ring is technically some of my ideal stats here. From dungeons, the rings that Wowhead's going with is the 2 crit haste rings. Which I've actually looked to see how much mastery this Wowhead post is giving us at the end. But the other thing to consider is that if I go with the Salea's, that's a lot of stat for me, and I'm giving a lot of stats to somebody else. The ring would just be a long-term goal, but I could also craft a ring and get basically the same stats, just balanced. Let's go look at Archon. Alright, Archon, protection pallies, trinkets. Salea's is taken up its first representation at a plus 18. And it's being paired with Pacemaker. And only 3.9% of pallies are wearing it, but it does take up 1, 2, 3, 4 of the first 10 trinket combos. All low representation. People are wearing Helm of Lights Devotion and Pacemaker with Sackbrood and Pacemaker, or Iron Pacemaker, Iron Tome. Let's see, let's also just switch this over to Retribution. It's getting some use in Retribution. It's got one slot representation. Antenna would be cool too. But again, like, I could purchase from Raid if it really comes down to it. I could purchase that when the Dinars come out with Turbo Boost. Yeah, we go with the trinket because trinket's gonna be a lot harder to roll into the vault. Plus, we're gonna have the Mythtrack option of this ring twice, because we do have 2 dungeons that drop the ring. We got the False Accuser over here, which is a bunch of mastery, low haste, and then of course that one that we just saw in the vault, which is from Ecodome. And I'd only be gaining 3 item levels there. The other one I'd be gaining... Actually, I'd only be getting 3 item levels on both of them because I do have 707 trinkets. Yeah, we go with the Saleya. See, I could buy it, but this is that's a dinar I could save. Alright. Let's go see what the weeklies are. Oh. This week it was also Darkman Fair, so if you are decently far behind on your rep, the dungeon quest you probably don't need to turn in until Sunday when the
I understand your frustration, Gaora.
Darkmoon Fair, that's what I was trying to say. When the Darkmoon Fair comes around,
You are acknowledged.
Shadow Path through time for a normal raid piece.
Remain vigilant.
And I don't know what the other weekly is, because I didn't do it last week.
I will see you through the shadow.
Oh, it must be Delves. Must be Delves for the weekly. If it's not over there, it's gotta be this one right over here. Your brand. Nope.
The answers are here.
Brand. Must be Delves this week.
Let's go.
And then for the Sparks.
What task can I perform for you?
Eladorn, so a really easy one this week. Eladorn Sparks. Just hopping in war mode, going out and doing a bunch of world quests, collecting some dirt. Get your Sparks for that week. The other weekly over here seemed to have been
We have a tight
arenas.
schedule.
Rated arenas and skirmishes.
Returning to town.
Anywho, guys, I will I'll try to be better about getting in and actually recording some dungeon videos, and I did say I was gonna try to get into stream and I still have not yet to do that, so I'll try it. I've been very, very busy with keys and other things, and then a bunch of stuff that made it to where I couldn't even do all the keys that I wanted to do. And since I only got 2 doors on my Demon Hunter and 1 door on my Bear. Yeah. I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!